Hey everyone, how's it going? Nathan here with BitOps Dev. Today I have a slightly different type of video. Today I'm going to be talking more about the actual theory behind the gun mechanics for a first-person shooter, and more specifically, the first-person shooter that I'm creating. Now, if you're a fan of first-person shooters and you've been on social media, there's a chance you might have seen this meme a couple years back. In short, this meme is making fun of Fortnite, but at the same time, it's explaining different bullet trajectories that different popular first-person shooters have. And if you've played a good amount of first-person shooters or any of these popular titles, then chances are you know exactly what this meme is talking about. Now, I've played a lot of Battlefield and Rainbow Six Siege, as well as these other titles, and I'd say that there's an even bigger variety out there for different games with different gun mechanics. And after looking at each gun mechanic and weighing the different pros and cons, you could probably come to a conclusion on which one's the best. But at the same time, with all this different variety, you could say that each gun mechanic kind of plays into the character of its title, and is partly what makes each of these first-person shooters unique. For example, Battlefield always focused on large-scale maps and realism, and so if you're shooting a gun over hundreds of yards, you can expect that bullet to eventually drop and hit the ground. Whereas Rainbow Six Siege focused more on close-quarter combat and competitive play, which could explain why they went with having the bullet originate from the eyesight of the player. Because if you have the bullet originating from the muzzle of the gun, then there's a chance that you end up just shooting the wall or the doorway in front of you if you don't have good muzzle awareness. And that's actually something that happens in some of these other titles, especially PUBG. Now here I have a top-down view of the first-person controller in my project. You can see the arms and the rifle. And the first thing that I'll do is I'll add this yellow dot to represent the player's view or camera. I'll then add this red dot to represent the muzzle of the gun. Now if your player isn't actually aiming at any physical object, then you need to pick a point that's a set distance straight out from the player's camera to actually aim at. And this is more for when your player is aiming straight up into the sky, but I'll add this green dot to represent this point. In the code of my game, this point is 1,000 units straight out from the player's camera. Now the next thing that you'll do is get the look at rotation between the muzzle of the gun and this green dot, after which you can instantiate a bullet on your muzzle and give it that rotation. Doing this means that your bullet will actually intersect that green dot. Now the main thing to note with this setup is that you want to make sure that your green dot is far enough away that your visible projectiles are always going towards the center of your screen or your reticle. If this green dot is too close to your camera, then after your bullets intersect this point, they're going to continue on, going further and further left, making it look like you're not actually aiming at the center of your screen or your reticle. Now let's say your player's actually aiming at something, say this blue wall. Now if you don't adjust your aiming and you just keep with this system, then the closer and closer the wall gets to your player, the more the bullets are actually going to hit to the right of your center. So to fix this, we want to send a ray in the forward direction straight out from our camera. When the ray intersects with whatever we are aiming at, we'll get a new point, after which we can get the new look at rotation between the muzzle and this new point. This will make it so that when we instantiate our bullet and we give it this new rotation, the bullet will intersect with this new point. Now you could have this ray essentially go out forever so that you're either aiming at something or you're aiming at nothing, but a good rule of thumb would be to have a very large max distance and then to have your bullets drop off by the time they hit that distance. Now of course this is a very basic understanding of this gun mechanic, and if you're making a game like Battlefield where you're shooting sniper shots from clear across the map and you're adding bullet drop, then there's going to be more to your gun mechanic than just this. But for most first-person shooter applications, this gun mechanic will suit you just fine. So here I have the first-person controller, and I've actually commented out my bullet spread mechanics just for this demonstration. But if I aim straight up into the sky and I start shooting, you can see all the bullets are going towards the center of the screen. Now if I aim down at the ground and I start shooting, it doesn't matter how close or far away I am from the ground, my bullets always go towards the center of my reticle. This is because the rotation of the bullets are being adjusted based on the raycast from my camera. And there you have it. Now that's everything I'm going to cover in this video on the principles behind gun mechanics for first-person shooters. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and subscribe to my channel so you can be up to date whenever I publish new videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.